you're never going to be respected by these countries. You're never going to have any. You're not going to be in a position of strength to negotiate. You're not going to be in a position of power when it comes to making these treaties, when it comes to making trade deals, and especially when you pull a soy boy move and you leak out a private conversation to the press. It's just ridiculous. Like, nobody's going to respect you. Welcome back, stating the obvious. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Ridiculous, man. I just made a video about Ukraine, about the whole missile thing with Poland, and when I was talking about that in that video, it reminded me of a clip I saw today of President Xi and Justin Trudeau. Trudeau was straight up just called out by Xi on video.
If everything we discuss is then leaked to the paper, that's not appropriate.
而且我们也不是那样进行的。
And that's not how the way the conversation was
如果
conducted.
有
continue to look to work constructively together, but there will be things we will disagree on, and we will have
有些可以建设性，但是
创造条件，创造条件。
Let's create the conditions first.
It was pretty crazy. You know, apparently Trudeau had leaked a private conversation they had to the press, and she was like, "That's not how we do things." You know, he had to kind of let him know what's up, type thing. And what do you say? It's total incompetence. You know, Trudeau is a guy who, in my opinion, he looks like one of those guys who never really had any leadership experience in his life. Never had any real responsibility, never was put in any tough positions, and then dude just runs for politics and then thinks he's like a leader. You know what I'm saying? And I see this a lot, honestly. It's not even like just in politics. It's in real life. People in leadership positions with no experience, no qualifications, no sort of leadership qualities. And you have a leader in the world stage, Canada, one of the biggest countries in the world, just straight up disrespecting China. And now we wonder how we end up in the position of almost having a world war on our hands. You know. I watch this YouTuber sometimes called Hamza. Shout out Hamza. But he likes to say often that, you know, the likelihood is that most men today are like 1/10 of the men that their grandfather was. And that's just what Trudeau reminds me of. If you look at our world leaders, you know, no disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, even Trudeau. But if you look at Trudeau, if you look at what's that dude's name? Rishi, the UK Prime Minister now. If you just look at some of our leaders, you know, they don't seem like strong men. You know, they seem like soy watered down weak men. You know, they don't even have like good posture. If you look at, that's one thing you have to say about Xi in China and even Putin is like, you know, do we question their morals and ethics? Yes. Do we question the ways of their government? Yes. But do we have to question their manhood? No. And that's why, like, nobody's intimidated by Joe Biden. Nobody's intimidated by Justin Trudeau. Nobody's intimidated by this Rishi dude. I mean, bro had a background in finance or something like that. Like, dude, you're not going to intimidate anybody. You're not going to demand any respect on the world stage. These guys are literally killers. These guys are literally killers. And that's why when I look at, like, Trump, like, people like, oh, get all riled up about Trump. I don't like Trump, blah, blah, blah. Some people like Trump, but one thing you can say about Trump is that nobody questioned his respect on the world stage. Nobody had to question, maybe policy-wise, but as far as, like, manhood, nobody really questioned Trump. If you look at even, you know, the way he shook hands with the leaders and the posture of the world leaders when he spoke to them, it was like they understood, okay, we have to at least respect this guy, because if we don't, he's not going to give in. He's not going to cave into our demands. You know, and that's just a requirement of leadership. You know, as a leader, you have to be a guy who is, you know, not cocky, not arrogant, but respected, you know, confident. There's a very fine line between, you know, a humble confidence and cockiness and arrogance. There's a very, very fine line. And a good leader will know how to toe that line, to never become too cocky or arrogant, but to just be confident as a leader and to be respected and to know, to have self-respect and not let somebody cross that line. You know, that's just one of the points of leadership. But tying this back into Trudeau, it's one of those things. It's like if you don't have that respect, you're never going to be respected by these countries. You're never going to have any. You're not going to be in a position of strength to negotiate. You're not going to be in a position of power when it comes to making these treaties, when it comes to making trade deals, and especially when you pull a soy boy move and you leak out a private conversation to the press. It's just ridiculous. Like, nobody's going to respect you. Absolutely nobody respects you, and you're just consistently losing respect from people, Trudeau. That's just all I'm going to say. You're losing respect, and it's a sad thing to see. I saw Canada, they just banned handguns. You can't even buy or sell handguns. It's like, dude, what are you guys doing? This is some crazy stuff. This is just the world we live in. It's just crazy to see, but it's just how it is, so. Crazy. There's a very, very big shortage of men these days. Strong men, strong leaders. We need people to step up. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing down below. What do you think about this situation with Trudeau leaking that conversation? That's ridiculous. And what do you think about Trudeau in general? You guys like Justin Trudeau? I don't know. Let's hear from you. Drop a like in the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe here if you're new. With that being said, this is Joseph State in the Ibis. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.